This is a new one for me. Just wait for people to join and we will get chatting. Got a cup of tea. Hello, hi, hello. I'm cutting out my sewing pattern whilst I'm waiting for people to join. How are you? This is a new one for me, guys. I tried setting up on my iPad right at the last second. It wouldn't work. What a nightmare. Hello. Oh, I didn't think anybody would join. It's nice to see you all. I'm just cutting out a sewing pattern, guys. Whilst you're here, I thought I'd get something sewing related done. I was going to sew on this chat, and then I thought, well, that wouldn't be any good because you couldn't hear me if my sewing machine was going. So apologies for the crinkly noises, but I'm just cutting out a little pattern. Do chat with me if you want to ask any questions. Then feel free to drop them down below. Doesn't need to be a one-sided conversation from me. If you've got any questions, my hair is incredibly fluffy. I washed it and blow dried it earlier and I need to sort it, but it is what it is. I can't believe people have actually joined my live. Thought I was going to be sat here chatting away to myself. Got a nice cup of tea. It's a bit chilly today, isn't it? How are you all? Who have we got? Oh, it doesn't show who's watching. I thought I might be able to see who was watching. Oh, I'm reconnecting. Did I just freeze out? Yeah, am I keeping you company? Are you sewing tonight? What are you all up to? Let me know. I am currently cutting out, if you've watched my recent YouTube video, you'll know what I'm referring to, but one of my friends wants a drying coat made for her dog, so I've just quickly traced off a really rough sort of guide of one of her other coats that she's got, and I'm going to just use that as my big base for the pattern, but I need to amend it because it's a little bit long on her, the other coat, and things like that. So this is just my really rough guide. Yeah, because basically I thought if I trace it off I can get her actual coat back, because she probably wants that because it's a bit chilly. Yeah, so that's my project tonight. I'm itching for my Minerva delivery to come. I think it only got, when did it get posted? Was it yesterday? I think, and I'm already stalking the postman, ready for it to arrive. So yeah, it's the worst, isn't it, waiting for fabric? I mean, should learn to be more patient, but it is what it is. It's not even stuff for me that I'm making with my fabric from Minerva, but it's just the making, isn't it? I'm very much looking forward to making my dad's shirt. Oh, I treated myself earlier, guys, to some new pins, 250 of them. So I don't think I've ever brought pins for myself. I think I've just inherited them off of other people. So yeah, you can never have enough pins, can you? Even when you think you've got enough, there's just still never enough. Never enough. So pop a comment down in the comments box. I feel lonely. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Let me know you're there. Say hi. What are you all up to? What are you working on? What's your next project that you want to work on? Yeah, we're done with this. Are any of you guys that, oh, sorry, I've knocked you. Any of you guys that are watching, are you knitters or crocheters, as well as sewists, I assume, having, it keeps freezing. I hope it's okay for you guys your side. Yeah, knitting, I've tried it a couple of times. I think I get distracted too easily because I find that it's one of those things, obviously you have to count as you go, don't you? And then I drop a stitch and I can't fix it. I think it's one of those things that I just need to keep trying. Maybe just keep knitting scarves or something like that, something simple, and then I can, yeah, get to grips with that whole counting and fixing my drop stitches and things like that. So yeah, knitting or crocheting. Crocheting I think I did better at when I tried it than knitting. I think it might have been, I don't think it was quite Vlogmas that I was crocheting on last year. I think it was just before Vlogmas that I've been trying it. To make my sister something for her birthday. I didn't know what at the time, but I then worked out that I'd probably make her a pair of like slipper socks. Well, I've made one and it's still in the drawer and the other one's not made. But yeah, I'd love to make my dogs little snoods or jumpers. I think that would be really cute. But I don't really know where to start. I have watched YouTube videos, but even the basic ones are complex for me. Will I ever get it? I don't know. I don't know if you're just a knitter or not a knitter. You just have to accept the fact that you can't knit. I don't know, but I just think it looks cool. What do you think? Are you knitters as well as sewers? Do you find people are either sewers or knitters, like the whole Android iPhone debate? I don't know. I've got a cup of tea. It's freezing. When do I not have a cup of tea in hand? Yeah. Let me know. Am I missing your comments or is nobody talking to me? Oh, sorry, that was my fault. I'm clicking buttons. I shouldn't be clicking buttons. So yeah, so as I was saying, I've got my dog coat here, waiting on my Minerva order to arrive, which is some blue fabric for my dad's shirt. If you watched my last YouTube video, then you'll know. And the yellow gingham for my sister's dress as well, even though that dress won't be for until next summer. It is actually her birthday in a few weeks' time, so I'd like to get the dress all made up and then gift it to her for her birthday, as opposed to her paying me for like the fabric and things like that. So yeah, they're my next projects really. I would also like to, I think maybe before I make my dad's shirt, I'd like to make myself a trial shirt, which I've actually got it here, let me grab it. I'm going to use this pattern here, which is the McCall's, is the Marcy McCall's, this one here. So it's like a shirt dress, but I'm just going to make the top section out of some fabric that I've got to go under like jumpers and stuff, just really so you can see the collar. I think I'm going to try that first, just to get to grips with the whole shirt idea, before I then go ahead and make my dad's shirt. Trial it on myself, on my own fabric first, because I'm a bit nervous about making a shirt, but I think it's okay. I think it's just one of those things that you need to take slowly, isn't it? So yeah, they're my main fabric sewing goals at the minute. They're what I want to get done. I would also like to make myself a couple of bits, obviously. I'd like to do, what would I like to do for myself? I want to do, I don't know where the pattern is now, otherwise I'd grab it, but I don't want to faff around for ages. I'd like to do a sort of boiler suit for myself. I'm not too sure what fabric yet, I haven't picked. But it's something relatively comfortable, so not necessarily a denim, because I think that can be a bit too thick, a bit too structured. But yeah, boiler suit for myself, I think, for winter, because it's just an easy wear, isn't it? You don't need to think about matching top to a bottom, so you can just throw it all on and it's just one and done, isn't it? And then, does anybody follow the Crafterpreneur? She's, am I there? Yeah. She made sort of an all-in-one style outfit. It was a bit of a cozy outfit, the sort of thing that I'd just wear at home. But it was with a stretch fabric. And yeah, it's sort of fitted leggings and top, long sleeve, and it looks so cozy. I've just had a comment there, so let me have a look. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, from Georgia in the USA. Yeah, in the US. I'm glad you're doing this. So, oh. Ah, you're making a shirt dress too. What pattern are you using, Stephanie? I think it's bizarre that I'm sat here in the UK and you're sat in the US and I'm here chatting to you. It really blows my mind. Technology is so clever. But yeah, I need to make myself one of those shirt dresses as well, actually. I don't know what fabric I'm going to use for that. The real issue that I've got at the minute, you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram, is I've got loads of fabric, but it's all sort of summer. It's all sort of summer prints. It's mad, isn't it? That we're just sort of instantly connecting to the US. Yeah. Yeah, all of my fabric in my stash at the minute is summer fabric, and that was completely my fault because I sort of lost my sojo over the summer. And I think I've really come to learn that in the summer I'm not really a sewer. I've got my allotment. I do a lot of running, I do a lot of walking with the dogs. So I think I just enjoy being outside in the summer. I do think it's more of a winter activity for me. So I think I need to bear that in mind. And towards the end of the winter, that we're just about to go into, I think I need to start prepping for summer next year so that I do actually make use of my summer fabric, and so that I've got some nice me-made outfits for going into the summer, just accepting the fact that I won't necessarily make anything in summer, and that's okay. But we did have a good summer this year, and I think it was really busy. I think a lot of people were catching up on plans that we've missed in the last couple of years, and that sort of thing. It was certainly the case for us. I felt like we were away and visiting family and all of those sort of things all through the summer. It was a bit hectic. Hi, Thready Stitch So. Hello, you okay? Oh, thank you so much for popping a comment down below. It makes me feel like I'm not just sat talking to myself like crazy. Hi, Jessica, you okay? I just cut out a little bit then, I think. I was trying to go live on my iPad right at the start, and just as I hit go, it was like not supported by this browser. I was like, ah! So I had a bit of a panic and I've connected to my phone instead. But yeah, first live, but I'm a chatterbox. I literally could speak to a brick wall. So far so good. I haven't run out of things to say. But if you do have any questions, do let me know. Do you usually watch my videos? Are you all subscribers? I do hope that you enjoy them. Jessica, you've starting your first YouTube channel. That is fantastic. Honestly, go for it. I've definitely been, it's been like a roller coaster for me. It's all been good. But I would just say, like for me, I have a few months where I'm really into it. Then I might have a bit of a crisis of confidence and I think, oh, I haven't got anything interesting to say. I'm not going to put a video up. Or like in summer when I wasn't sewing as much, I just found that I didn't really have the videos to make as much as I wanted to. I just couldn't bring myself to sew, or I didn't have the time to sit down and film a video. But I do tend to find a lot of my videos are a bit like this live now. I just sit down, I film it, and that's what goes on YouTube. I don't really edit it too much. But yeah, I've definitely go for the whole YouTube thing. I will subscribe to you afterwards too. Oh, thank you, Linda. Bless you, watching me since my first video. I hope I've got better since those first ones. I'm always learning. Oh, thanks, Jessica. You're a subscriber too. Thank you. Yeah, I'm always learning with this. Always learning with YouTube. But I look at other people and they've got thousands of followers and I just think, oh my word. Oh my word. It's daunting to know. Some of my videos have got quite a few views and I just think, wow, that many people have actually sat and watched. And the weirdest thing was actually when somebody, sort of a mutual friend, watched my YouTube videos, and I don't know how they found my channel because I don't sort of advertise my channel, I suppose, with friends and family or anything, because I cringe when people that I know watch my videos. I don't know why, but yeah, that was a crazy one. But yeah, so for those of you that weren't here at the start, I was just sat here cutting out a sewing pattern, but I think it was a bit crinkly and a bit noisy, so I've stopped that for now, and I've just got my, when my Minerva delivery arrives, because I know that we've got a few postal strikes here in the UK. We had one Tuesday, and then I think we've got another couple of days of postal strikes next week. So yeah, it depends how much they're affected by that really. But my friend's dog's drying coat that I'm making, that will probably be my next project, because I need to go to the fabric shop down the road for that, so I'll probably have that fabric first. And the sort of shirt that I was making using the top of this pattern, I've got that fabric already as well, and it's pre-washed, so I should stop procrastinating and I should just make that. I think I'm putting that one off. I'm procrastinating making a shirt. I just hope it goes well. You know, when you have those projects that you've been wanting to do for ages and you just, I think I put them off because I just want them to go well. I think if I don't start them, then they can't go wrong. I think that's the reality of it. I've got a dog lurking around here somewhere. Oh dear me, I've got that many patterns in that drawer up there. It's embarrassing. And you never seem to have the right pattern, that's what I find anyway. I never have the exact pattern that I'm looking for, but here we are. I was actually thinking the other day, because a lot of patterns now are going PDF, I'm finding. A lot of sort of pattern houses, pattern designers are doing PDF only, or it's easier to get it PDF. You don't need to pay delivery and it's usually cheaper. So I was thinking, do I just buy a printer and use that for my PDF options, or, because I hate printing them off and cutting them out and sticking them together, do I just buy them PDF and then get them copy shop each time? I feel like that's a bit of the cheats way, but I feel realistically it's probably the best idea as well. I'm not sure. I don't know on that one. I'll have a bit more of a think of that, but I've got enough paper patterns to get me through at the minute anyway. But the trouble is, I did also have a couple of PDF patterns that I bought from, is it Grasa? It's a Russian pattern shop online, and you buy them as PDF, and I've got a couple of those that I've bought and I haven't printed out yet. So yeah, sticking all my PDF patterns together, I'll wish that I'd just sent them to the coffee shop, I know that. Let me just check my comments whilst you're all here. Oh, can't get rid of my comments now. Okay, doesn't matter, I don't need to see my own face anyway. Yeah, Jessica, you said as well that you've got your own sewing space. I think that's fab. I do share my sewing space. It's where I work in the day because I work from home, and I've got sort of a desk to my left here that's got my sewing machine on, and then I've got a desk in front of me that's got my work laptop on. And then, yeah, my other half works over that side of the room, so I'm either annoying him by chatting away if I'm working, chatting away to my colleagues and people that I'm working with, and then if he's working and I'm not, then I'm usually annoying him because I've got the sewing machine going in the background. I do need to make one of those table sort of mat covers. They're sort of like a quilted mat that your sewing machine goes on. When I used to go to sewing socials before the lady had to sadly close it down, she used to have them on her table, and it made such a difference to the noise of the sewing machines on the table. I've just got a Brother LS14 machine, and yeah, it's quite noisy. It's quite manual. Yeah, Jessica, I love Tilly and the Buttons. I don't think you can go wrong with Tilly and the Buttons. If you've watched probably any of my videos really, and that's true actually, I've got her books. I don't think I've got any of her actual individual paper patterns. I don't think I have. I think I've just used her book ones so far, and obviously you can trace those off. I think you can order them for Coffee Shop too. But yeah, absolutely cannot go wrong with Tilly and the Buttons. I mean, I still class myself as a beginner really. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've sewn quite a fair bit, but I haven't sewn anything that's too sort of involved, you know, like any of your tailoring pieces or anything like that. to quite easy fitting garments, so Tilly and the Buttons, stretch fabrics, oversized outfits, your Sophia dungarees, I think it is. What else have I made? Quite a lot. My Sophia dungarees, they're what I practically live in, but they're a really easy fit. Yeah, definitely cannot go wrong with Tilly. I'm looking to go to the Stitch Festival next year. I am signed up on their emails because I don't know when the tickets come out. Okay. I've got the McCall's M8139. Yeah, I think the collar's going to be what does it for me as well. The collars look difficult, but they should be a good challenge, and you'll learn a lot from it, so stick with it. It'll be worth it. But yeah, so I'm hoping to go to the Stitch Festival, which is in London next year. My chair's squeaking on the desk behind me. I'll probably go down for a couple of days if I can. Maybe the Friday, Saturday, something like that. I think is on Thursday till Sunday. But yeah, hoping to maybe do Friday, Saturday. I'm hoping to meet a few people from YouTube. I haven't spoken to anybody about it, but I'm just hoping to see people. There, be a bit of a fangirl to them. And I think Tilly will be there. From Tilly and the Buttons. She will definitely have a stand there, and I think Tilly herself will be there. So yeah, I think I'll be like a fangirl, and I won't know what to say to her. But I think nearer the time, like sort of January, February time, then what was I going to say? I'll start looking at Tilly's patterns and see what ones I want to buy, and then keep an eye out at the show for them, because you can sometimes get deals and stuff when you go to the show. Got 2 of her books, Make It Simple and Love at First Stitch. Yeah, Jessica, that is you, isn't it? I've got Love at First Stitch. No, sorry, I haven't got Love at First Stitch. I've got Make It Simple and the other one. Can't remember what the other one is now, for the life of me, but I've got the other one from Tilly, and yeah, I absolutely love them. I don't think you can go wrong. Her instructions are so good. She's absolutely my fabric in it. I do try to keep the stash low, but it is hard sometimes. Yeah, Stephanie, that is what a seam rep is for. I know. I was looking for my seam ripper the other day. I couldn't find it for the life of me. And then I found it in my bedside cabinet, and that's because I have a pile of stuff that I need to seam rip because I get fed up with it. And I think, right, I need to seam rip that. I'm going to do it whilst I'm in bed watching TV. So yeah, I found my seam ripper in my bedside cabinet, which is a random one. Oh, Jessica, are you going to the Knitting and Stitching show in Harrogate? I'm not. I usually go to Cake International every year with one of my best friends. And they do, I think it's the Knitting and Stitching show that's there. They sort of have 2 shows that run at the same time. And if you have a ticket for one, you can go to the other show. And I'm sure it's Knitting and Stitching. I'm sure that's the one. So that's Birmingham I go in the NEC, which would make sense if that was the same show, because they sort of do one weekend and one the other, don't they? So yeah, I think I'm going to it at Birmingham NEC. But I do Cake International every single year. I think it's about 6 years that I've been going to it now. Me and my best friend, it's one of the only days we see each other in the year, because we're both so busy. But we always put that day aside in the diary and just have a good old day out and a good natter. My tea's gone cold. Oh, gosh. I need one of those mug warmers, don't I, on my desk, keep it warm when I'm chatting. I can't get comfortable. I saw a dog walk in the room and oh, he's down there. He's under the table. Oh, Linda, you wish you could go too. Oh, I wish you could come. I haven't booked tickets yet for what did I say it's called, the Stitch Festival. I haven't booked tickets because they're not out yet, so price depending on the tickets. As long as they're not too expensive, then I will be going. But I think I'm going to make a weekend of it. I think I'm going to do Friday, Saturday, Go down to London. I'll probably be regretting that when I'm trying to find my way on the tube and I don't know my way around. No, I think I'll get a couple of hours sort of to go shopping in London by myself, which should be quite nice. So I'm definitely going to go to Liberty because, you've just got to, haven't you? I've never been to the Liberty store. But I would like to see it. I'd like to have a look. I'm not going to buy anything, but I'd like to have a look. No, I think, yeah, just have a look. And then I need to do a little hunt and see what else is around there. Because I know there's quite a few fabric shops, aren't there, in London? But London is such a big place. It's realistically sort of how far away are they from where I'll be? I think I'll be the sort of Soho area. But yes, I'm hoping to even just the sort of small independent shops, the one that we don't necessarily know about because of Instagram or YouTube, and they're just sort of small independent shops that just sell fabric. I just love those sort of ones. I love your real Aladdin's Cave style fabric shops. I remember there's one a little way away from me, and I booked a day off. Yeah, window shopping, absolutely window shopping. Just dreaming of all the Liberty fabric. Look but don't touch. Yeah, I'd had a Friday off, I think it was before I stopped working on Fridays, and I went to this fabric shop and I was like, right, I've put a couple of hours on the car for parking and I'm spending it all in this fabric shop. And I covered every inch of this fabric shop, and you just like walked in and you go right to the back of the store and then there's a little doorway, and I was like, can I go in here? And the lady working there was like, yeah, just keep going back until you can't go any further. So I went into the room. Honestly, it was magical. It was every sewish dream. You just kept going into different rooms and there was just more fabric and more fabric, and there was like a little room and it had all like your sort of PVC sort of tablecloth fabric really, and then you went into another room and it had all of the sort of tailoring fabric and your coat fabric, so your all like pre-quilted fabrics. Oh, it was heaven, absolutely heaven. And I did spend a good few hours in there just looking. I didn't even particularly spend loads of money. You know, I got a good few pieces, but I wasn't absolutely, you know, shopping till I dropped. It was just purely looking at all of the different types of fabrics, and is talking about a fabric maybe on YouTube. If you've actually felt it, I just think you can get such a good idea of it. Yeah, I'm blabbing about that, aren't I? But yeah, love a good fabric shop. And there's a couple of others, aren't there? I'm trying to think of the names of the ones that have YouTube videos as well. Can't think of them, but there's so many sewing shops that sort of do YouTube and Instagram and have a really big following, and I always think, oh, I should book a day off work or go down on a weekend. I think there's a couple in Oxford as well that I'd quite like to see, different fabric shops. But yeah, I think the Stitch Festival, I think that'll be quite good. I think it's April. Did I say it was April? I think that would be quite good just to see a few brands, see a few familiar faces. I know Devon Threadtails. I was just watching one of her YouTube videos before I clicked on here. I can't think when it was. Let me have a look. Oh, I can't find it. I don't want to faff around with that. But Devon Threadtails, I think it was one of her most recent videos. She'd been to one of the sort of Stitch shows. Let's have a look, see if I can find it, because otherwise it's going to annoy me. I won't play it in the background. Don't want to be done for copyright. Yeah, it was her one day ago video. If you don't watch Angela at Devon Threadtails, then definitely do. I think she's such a sweetheart. She's so lovely to watch. And she had been, where had she been? Oh, can't find it. Oh, on the way to the Stitch. Oh, so it was the Stitch Festival actually. Oh, there you go. So I think that's the one that I was talking about. It must be on at the moment as well, or last weekend. But yeah, Angela had sort of mentioned everybody that she'd seen there. And there was loads of people from the sort of sewing community on YouTube. And yeah, it sounds like good fun. Everybody there with the same sort of interests in mind, isn't it? So unless anybody has got any questions, I will leave it there for this evening. But if you do have any questions, let me know. It keeps saying reconnecting. I do apologise if it's been a bit funny. Yeah, thank you ever so much for joining me, so that I wasn't talking to myself this evening, because before I hit go live I was a bit worried that I'd just be sat here sort of chatting away to myself. But I will look to do more lives, not necessarily at the same time every week, but just dependent on plans and things like that. But I do hope that you can join me again, because I just like to have a bit of a natter. Sometimes when sort of I upload thanks Stephanie, thank you, and you. Yeah, sometimes when I upload a video, I mean, I love getting comments at the bottom of my video, because it actually just validates that real people did watch my videos. But you guys come up with such great ideas, and I love to just have a bit of a natter with you. Oh, thank you, Jessica. And if you need any help with doing your YouTube, I mean, I'm not the biggest YouTuber by any means, but if you want to ask any questions, or if I can help you at all, just give me a shout. Pop over onto Instagram and just drop me a DM. I'm always happy to help with that. But yeah, so otherwise, I will leave it there, you lovely lot. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and I hope to see you on the next one, or on my next video, whichever comes first. And I shall speak to you very soon. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a lovely evening or day, or depending on where you're from, where you've watched me. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.